Make sure y'all tune into Sicarah's channel ASAP. Y'all tuned in with the Golden Way. CMazin, you heard? Oh, she a victim to this game, so I treat her like a wife. I can never change, I can only sit and try. I pray for all this happiness, I used to sit and cry. You know, it's not enough when nobody by you. Girl, I know you be trying, I can feel it in your vibe. If beauty was a picture, I can see it in your eyes. You keep running through my mind, I be getting high. She brought me.
Hey, what's up? It's your girl Sicarah, and you already know you are now tuned in to On the Run series. And today I have a very special guest with me, CMazin.
How y'all doing? How y'all doing?
Yes, so how are you? We're in the new year. It's a really good time. So I want to talk to you about how you feeling coming into 2021.
Shit. To be honest, I had a long year, long 2020. We're gonna put that in the past. We're gonna leave it there. So I feel really great. I'm ready to prosper. Do a lot of things with this music shit.
Right. And I've been listening to your new music. You said it was a long year, but you definitely did your thing. Like you released some really hot singles. Yes, you're welcome. I was tuned in and some of them, they're definitely on my phone. All right, Victims, Bodied.
Girl, I know you be trying. I can feel it in your vibe. If beauty was a picture, I can see it in your eyes.
Victims, crazy. And believe it or not, Cold Nights. Yes.
So why is that your favorite though? Can I ask?
Yes, you can. And so the funny thing, death is not a topic that I enjoy talking about. And I'm sure last year was a year that a lot of people had to talk about it and it hit home. But the thing about it, it's the way you talked about it. It was so deep. It was very catchy. The way the lyrics flow, I felt it. I really felt it.
That song honestly means a lot to me. That obviously hit home. And I just felt like instead of directing just a song about him, I should just put the message out there, because I want him to rest in peace. So that's what
I'm so sorry to hear that. Yeah.
it's okay. You feel me? We gonna keep putting on for the homies. RP Cos, man. RP's Michael Santana and RP my man Trey, and especially I also lost my uncle last year. Yeah, so RP Uncle Anthony.
And that was the thing. When I was listening to Cold Nights, I'm going to quote your lyrics because I'm not a rapper, so it don't sound good when I say it, but rock with me. So hoping that I stay alive, time ticking on the clock. Lines like that, I feel like a lot of young people tend to say it because depending on where they grew up or where they're from, but then also 2020 was kind of like everyone was in danger. So for you, do you feel like where you came from also impacted? Did you always have that type of feeling?
Honestly, in general, I just feel like the time's always ticking. Personally, I don't believe in time, but there's times, in the real world. So, it definitely is something that is ticking, and it does come from like where I'm from. Like every day you wake up, you wonder like if you're gonna make it out. You feel me? If you go to the store, go get a bacon and egg, you don't know if somebody's gonna pump you or give you that look. And sometimes your ego and your pride could put you in bad situations. So where I come from, I just try and stay humble and I always say that the time's ticking. I tell her all the time, the time is ticking. We gotta go. We gotta keep moving. So it plays a big part where I'm from.
Right. So are you from, I know obviously you're from New York. Are you from Brooklyn? Or
I was born in Park Slope and Methodist Hospital, and I moved out to Staten Island when I was 8 years old. So I've been there ever since.
awesome. So for you, did you have any influences coming up from anybody from Staten Island? Because I definitely feel your lyrics. You don't rap songs that are just like, okay, this rhyme, let me throw that in there. Like there's messages in all your songs. So I'm curious to know who you grew up listening to and who might have influenced you to create music like that.
Well, to be honest, shout out to Staten Island, but I didn't grow up to listening to anybody from Staten Island. Um, M was a big influence on me. Michael Jackson was a big influence. Chris Brown, you know. But mostly J. Cole. J. Cole is all about meaning, and I think he's one of the greatest artists of all time. Him and Drake. So that played a big part on my influence. J. Cole, like he gets so deep into his songs and shit. So, there's a message in every song. And then like recently, you got Jonah, you got I really can't name a lot of people that really tell stories now, but Polo G I listen to. Polo G has a lot of good lyrics and good songs. So basically, yeah, that's who helped me influence the way I write. I like talking about meaning. That's something I really like. I'm glad you peeped that.
Yeah, no, you definitely do a great job at it too. Because nowadays, it is hard to listen to a song that stays on track. Because a lot of songs sound good regardless of what the topic is. But it's cool that you can actually flow and feel it, and each verse will correlate and connect to the one before.
Yeah, honestly, I feel like when you make a song, it should be straight from the heart. I'm pretty sure I told you this in the last interview, but it has to come straight from the heart. Um, right now, I'm actually working on songs that's actually fun, and just me saying things and shit like that. But I'm more of a meaning guy. It gives the kids a message. It gives my audience a message. It leaves them with something to marinate on. That's what I want. I want people to come back to my music and listen to it 10 years from now, 20 years from now. So I make sure I put all my heart into it.
Now, I'm curious, when you noticed that you had talent and that you can actually rap, was there anything that specifically led you to do only rap? Like, was there ever a moment where you wanted to go into a different genre at all?
Oh man, me and my manager was just talking about this. Like, I'm so versatile, so it's like I can make a country song, I can make an R&B song, a rap song. Like so it's really hard. Like nothing really made me say, I'm gonna go rap and I'm gonna go sing. It just came out. Like it just came out. It really came out in junior high school, but it really came out out of nowhere.
Okay, so you think maybe like just being around other people who rap or something like that?
Not necessarily. Like I feel like, to be honest, you know what? Shout out to my course teacher in sixth grade. She was like very into like my voice. She heard it one day and then I sung, and she was like, "You should sing Michael Jackson for the spring concert." And I was like, "Oh man, like for real?" And then she was like, "Yeah." So I was like, "You know what? Let me take it." And then I took on the lead, to do Michael Jackson. I came in with the gloves, tight pants with the hat on, smooth, and I performed, and like at the end of the performance, I'm thinking everybody's just gonna stare at me. Shit, when I look back up, the whole auditorium was like standing up, just clapping, screaming, whistling, and honestly, that feeling always stuck with me for the rest of my life. Like the feeling of performing in front of people and giving them the excitement, and the entertainment, and they love the show. That's what I really do it for. So that made me like really drive to like, yo, I need to make music, because if I could get on stage and perform in front of thousands and they all screaming and they feel good, that makes me feel good. So
That's really cool. Especially because I felt that when I listened to Bad for Me. Bad for Me had that whole R&B vibe, and it sounded really good. It didn't sound, you know how sometimes you can hear a bunch of auto tune and stuff like that. Yours actually didn't sound like that.
actually, bad for me. I'm glad you said bad for me, because bad for me, I was going through a relationship problem, and obviously, I was saying, the shorty's bad for me. I can't move on from that and stuff like that. But honestly, like that song, I just didn't want too much auto tune. I didn't want ad libs on it. I didn't want none of that. I just wanted it to be plain old, baby, you so bad for me. Always arguing and fighting while you don't hear nothing. It's just straight vibe. So I'm glad you picked Bad for Me. Bad for Me is a good song. I like that song.
No, it definitely is. I really did love Bad for Me because you have a certain way with the melodies, So that's something I picked up on right away. So I was curious to know, would you ever remix that song? And if you would, what R&B singer would you choose and why?
Sheesh, Bad for Me. Oh man. I've never thought of that, to be honest. But if I had to remix that song, Bad for Me, man. I can't give you an artist off the head. I'm gonna be honest. Like, I can't give you an artist right now to hop on Bad for Me, because that's such a like it's a personal song to me. You know what I mean? So it's like I'm trying not to share that light with anybody, because that's like what I was going through. So it's like, it's hard. But I don't know. I don't know. I can't
Okay,
give you an
okay.
artist.
Do you think that we could see you doing more R&B type records?
Yes, yes. I was telling my manager I want to stick to like a certain sound. I think like on my R&B music and the records that I make R&B are really good. And I think I want to start sticking with R&B a little bit more. But don't sleep on me. I can make anything. I can make any type of rap, whatever. So
Right, and I definitely peeped that. But I am curious to know because, as you said, "Bad for Me" was really personal to you. When you make your songs, a lot of your songs, do you feel like you need the inspiration personally from your life, or are you drawing inspiration from everywhere?
100%, yes. Like I can't write a song if it ain't a feeling that I have. Like it's just so hard, and that's why the fun songs that I'm writing now, like I'm playing with them. Like some of the songs that I've been writing, I like, but I've been playing them around certain people, and they're like, because it's for fun. It's like I'm doing it for fun. So it's hard. It's hard to write a song without feeling for me. I can't. I gotta feel it. Like I gotta feel it. Cause when you sitting there, I feel like if you writing down lyrics and it's not how you feel, sometimes like try and at least relate it to like somebody else's feeling. You understand what I mean? So it's like I try and get in tune with that vibe too, like of what other people feel, but it's hard. So I just stick to my own lane and stick to what I would like writing about.
Definitely. So I am curious to know for you, right? Because I listen to Victims, and that was truly one of my favorite songs. Like I feel like I was able to go on the roller coaster of the relationship with you through the song, which I feel like is what you wanted to do. I want to talk to you about the way that you wrote that because it was like this that it's like you had to follow it, but it was good because it reminds you of a movie.
Well, victims came from like I'm not gonna lie, I was in like a relationship at the time, and I honestly was writing the song in front of the girl that the song was about. So yeah, I was actually like sitting right in front of her, writing it and looking at her, like, and like me, I'm the type to go over a song 40, 50 times. So I sat and wrote this song for like about 6 hours, like just sitting there. I smoke weed obviously, so I was smoking up, and I'm just sitting there, and I'm going line for line, like I'm not just going line for line, like just writing it. I'm going line for line, saying 50,000 lines. That's just gonna lead to this one. And then I just started to realize, like around like the third, fourth hour, that I was writing a story to her because I was looking at her. So it was more in tune. You know what I mean? And then I wrote the rest of the song in the studio. So it was more of like this. If you hit the second verse, it's more of like a message I'm telling her. Like I pull like I pull out my bad thoughts, for my homies, blah 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 blah. Like you feel me? So like so she could get the message that I'm talking to her now. You know what I mean? So it was a long song, to be honest. It was a long song. It was honestly something I didn't even want to put out, and it wasn't gonna be my single either. Yeah, there's a song that I have that's unreleased that's gonna be on the album, but it's called "Expect Me to Fall," and that was gonna be the lead single. But when I recorded "Victims" and "Victims" came back, they sent that MP3. I was like, oh man, this shit sound crazy. So we went with "Victims."
Yeah, I love Victim. So for you to shoot a music video, did you shoot it because it's the lead single, or what was it about Victims that made you actually want to shoot a visual?
It meant a lot to me. The song meant a lot to me. Um, and I felt like the song needed a video. Like the song's fire, but just listening to the audio is not enough. Like I feel like you guys needed a visual. You needed to understand what was going on and understand me, and that's why I gave you guys the video. I got a lot more coming. So
It looked like so much fun, and I feel like you did a lot of different scenes, and you had like good people around and stuff like that, dancing, positive vibes. What was your favorite part of shooting Victims, and why?
my favorite part of shooting victims was with the people that I was shooting it with. You understand what I mean? I had genuine people around me, and I feel like I lacked that in my past, and that's what made it fun. That's what made the video stand out more. Is the people I had around me. I had my cousins, my team, so that's what really was the best part, to be honest.
Because when I was looking at your videos, I was like, wait, I want to, because it was so much fun and so much good energy. I was like, I want to see more. Where are the other videos?
Truthfully, all the new music that's coming out on the direct wave is a whole different element. It's like a whole different element. Like the management team that I have takes me serious, so I'm gonna take them serious, and the video quality, everything is just 30 times better. Like if you used to go to Victims and then go to like Made Me about my father, the video's dope. You know what I mean? But you can see like the progress. You understand what I mean? So I hope you guys are ready because we got a lot of videos coming out and a lot of good things coming your way.
Definitely. So I'm curious to know for you, right? I know a lot of people learned a lot in 2020, so I always have to ask just what is one thing, you don't have to name a lot, but if you want to name more than one, you definitely can. But I want to know, what did you learn from 2020?
Sheesh. 2020 was such a hard year. I learned to appreciate life. I feel like the biggest message about this was to appreciate the little things. I know this is a little of subject, so like of subject, but I was watching something the other day about kids in Venezuela and the way they live out there, and they only have like 3 minutes to shower because they're government, and like the average income for like a month is like $30, and it just made me appreciate life. You know what I mean? It made me appreciate what I got. I was going through financial issues a while back, so I was just like thinking, and it always stood on me. So I was just like, you know what? You gotta appreciate life, bro. You gotta wake up, be happy, look at yourself in the mirror, know that you're great. And ever since then, I've been in like a positive mind state. It humbled me. It actually humbled me because jewelry, everything was like you want to pop out and look nice, but when you think of it, these kids don't even got that shit. So it's like, and then you go home complaining like, yo, I can't get 5 bands for this. I can't do this. I can't do that. But it's like, come on, G. So it humbled me. So I learned a lot.
No, I love the fact that you said that, because a lot of people don't think about that, but it is true. A lot of the things that people complain about are things that you actually don't need.
At all.
Right.
At all. Like I will complain about like random shit. You know what I mean? Like, and it's just like sometimes like when you look at things, you just like, yo, bro, you bugging. Like, you know what I mean? Like, and then like I looked in the mirror the other day and I got like fire ass clothes on and shit like that. And my bank account might not be heavy, nigga. It might not be $100,000, $1 million, whatever it is. But my nigga, like, I looked at myself and I'm like, let's go. Like, it's time to get to it. You know what I mean? So it's like, you can't stress about the little things. You can't even stress about the big things. Life is too short, and that's what it showed me. Life is so fucking short. Just be humble and love yourself. Give out love too, because you're gonna receive it back.
And I really respect the fact that you said that, because you do have really nice jewelry, right? Very nice image, etc. I want to talk about your career highlights. I seen you at some amazing events, and that's actually how we met. So I just want to talk a little bit about your highlights so far.
Um, like starting from where? Like,
Go anywhere within your music career.
Uh, well, I met a guy named Damon Campbell. Brought me around a lot of dope people, a lot of dope events. I performed in the middle of Times Square before. Um, I had a sold out show in my city. That's something that makes me happy. Those are my highlights of my career. But my biggest highlight of my career is right now. Like I feel like I'm in my prime right now, and it's time for y'all to really open your eyes and understand that I'm coming a whole different way. Like, you know what I mean? Like it's more professional. It's more me locked in. It's more just me focused on music, and this is the highlight reel that y'all need to watch because you know it's never too late, and that's what I'm living with. It's never too late to just put your heart into something. So make sure y'all stay in tune with me. Go get that victim shit too, ASAP.
So can you just tell us real quick about CMazin and Golden Way? Can you break that down for us?
Oh man. So like the meaning behind CMazin in the Golden Way. All right. So shit. Like so CMazin basically was brought up with the homies. I was walking in the park. He was like, yo, everything I do is amazing. Not to be cocky. Like everything I do, I gotta do perfect, and like I'm gonna keep like making sure I get at it until I win, until I get it. So we was walking through the park, and he was just like, nigga, what's your name? And it's funny too. Like shout out to A Boogie, but my name was C Boogie. So, and it was because the youngins used to get light. Everybody used to get light. Remember those days. So, exactly. So I used to get light, and then he was like, bro, you gotta change that. That's whack. And I was like, ah, man, shout out my man Nasir. And I was like, you know what? What about like CMazin or some shit? Like, cause of my first name. And I mean, he was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that sounds pretty dope. And it's like original. It wasn't like little CMazin. It wasn't little something. It was just CMazin. So I tried it out. I was like, yo, let me drop a track and see if I put C Mazin and people start calling me it. And then everybody started calling me it. So That's how I came about CMazin. The Golden Way, basically, the Golden Way came from like me look how I look at life. Like, like I feel like life is golden. You gotta cherish this shit. It's golden. It's always gonna be the golden way. Like, if you sip that drink right now, I'm gonna be like the golden way. You feel me? Because it's golden. It's satisfying you, right? So that's how I look at it. It's just more like a satisfying thing. So it's like the golden way. You heard? You do that the golden way. You feel me? So, and also I was the golden child, but something happened with an artist that I don't give no relevance to. Definitely can't talk on my interview about him. But basically, he took my brand. So I just stuck with Golden, and then I was like, you know what? I'm the original Golden Way, so let me make that. Yeah.
Okay, so we are in 2021. What do you want people to look out for? I know you said you got some visuals dropping.
2021, man. I got a whole album dropping for y'all. I'm not gonna give y'all a date, but it's called Me versus You. So it's like me versus my second personality because I'm a Gemini. So I deal with two sides to me. So it's like me versus you, but at the same time, it's like me versus y'all. You understand what I mean? So y'all definitely could look out for my album. Make sure y'all go cop victims. I got merch also. Y'all can check the website out. It's the Golden Way. Y'all can just type that up. And what else I got coming? I got the famous record on the way, famous video on the way. We got a lot of DJs fucking with us. We running the clubs right now, running up in them and just chopping it up. All right, so make sure y'all stay in tune. We got a lot coming. We got a lot coming.
Know you be trying, I can feel it in your vibe. If beauty was a picture, I can see it in your eyes.